championship. Who's coming out on top? Odi Bakchis initiates in that first outer zone. A little bit of a gap there. Chelsea maybe give himself a little bit of room. You can't give Odi that room because you know how good his chase job goes. Neither of them hitting that front flip into that final outside zone. Let's turn it to 11. Odi said, "Give it heart race that we can get." Good, clean, sterile surgeons of the track right now, Ryan.
Yep, pushing hard, but not over the edge. And that looked pretty emblematic of a Odi Bakchis lead. Denofa kind of turned it on at the right moments without putting too much risk on the line. You can see he gives a little bit of room, then he tightens it up. Now coming through the smoke line, tightens it up again. Odi out front, allowing that to happen. Both drivers do a great job on that inside clip. And now through outside zone 3, the transition back around. Odi perfect on the outside zone, but Denofa right there, very similar angle. And of course, staying on line, very important through that outside zone number 2. It allows this to happen without knocking over any cones.
Ryan,
yeah.
Odi Bakchis calling a competition timeout.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Odi spotter, his wife, coming into the building. Pat, looks like we are calling a comp timeout. We'll see if it's even a comp timeout. Ryan, walk us through still here the replay. I was listening to you, but an update. Update in action.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think obviously we're going to have to singe this into our memories here, and we'll come back to it if we need it. But as you said, Odi Bakchis calling a competition timeout. And that's going to put a brief pause in the competition, but a solid lead run from Odi, and Chelsea Denofa was able to use that to give himself a good hand going up against the Falken driver. Here is Odi Bakchis back in the hot pits, and really at this point have not heard what the specifics of this competition timeout are.
I'm seeing a fresh set of rubber and rims. So as we have the what could potentially be the last NGK competition timeout. I don't think Chelsea has used his, but unless he uses it now. Okay, there was some small contact. They're taking a quick look at it. If they get hands on the car, they would have to utilize their competition timeout. That might be a good strategy for them. Just use it. Get hands on it, because this might be it. That would be my kind of expertise. So this delay could be moments, or it could be a full 5 minutes. But let's see. It looks like, again, there was gentle contact after the finish line, Ryan. That's what we're hearing. You want to elaborate?
Yeah, it sounds like there was enough of a contact for it to rise to the attention of our staff and also Odi's team that it needs to be checked. And now they are putting hands on the vehicle.
Yeah.
So
checking the alignment here.
I believe this is going to make it official, and there's the clock.
Yeah, the clock is out, so they are checking the alignment after that small little contact there. Lorette Nickel is with Kevin Wells, our competition director.
Thanks, Jared. So the guys are walking around Odi's car, and there were a lot of thumbs up, but since they called the competition timeout, they decided to check everything. So what's the difference between touching the car or not, and already Odi's starting the car and driving away?
All right, so I guess
Sorry.
no, it's
Kevin
okay, Lorette.
is being talked to right now. So because Odi pulled into the pits, he called the competition timeout. They decided to take it. Kevin?
Yep. So they brought it in. I guess they just wanted to check just verify the rear alignment, that everything was okay before they went back out. So we started the 5. We're having a little bit of communication issues on the radio. So we'll see how the rest of the finals goes.
Okay. Kevin Wells, thank you so much. Guys?
Thank you, Lorette. Yeah, so like he said, a little bit of communication, loss in communication there. So Odi checked alignment. It's all good. No tires were changed. Suspension's fine, all that. So looks like we'll finish this out. Are you ready, St. Louis? The second half of this battle, the Type S Finals. Chelsea Denofa will lead. Odi Bakchis giving chase. Send it for the last time of this triple header. Pro 2 on Friday, round 1 yesterday, and round 2 right now. Who's going to come out on top? Will it be Chelsea Denofa or Odi Bakchis? Chelsea Denofa in that BC Racing Nitto Tire Ford Performance Mustang RTR Spec 5D, ready to rowdy. Send it, St. Louis and online around the world. Thanks for tuning in. Chelsea or Odi? Wow, look at Odi right there. Great proximity, could definitely be deeper. Chelsea Nova bringing it all the way out, not all the way deep in that second outer zone, wrapping around that front clip into the third outside zone. Some shimming there by Odi Bakchis in the chase position, coming around in that last outside zone. Odi Bakchis taking that front clip as a souvenir. Ryan Sage and Formula Drift Nation, make some noise for Odi Bakchis and Chelsea Denofa, the finals here, round 2 of the Formula Drift Championship.
Well, Odi had everything going for him until the transition from 3 to 4. And that may be too big of a mistake to overcome. And I'm wondering if the cone that he hit was the problem. I'm not sure, but look at this. You can see contact prior to initiation. And Chelsea doesn't get off at the greatest start. He kind of goes off course a little bit, but then corrects. Now Odi's keeping the pressure on here. He hits his cone, it's floating, it gets sucked underneath the car, and then as he gets lost in the smoke or transition, he's gonna straighten up a little bit and then lose ground. And we're gonna see that very clearly here on this next shot. Here we go. There is Chelsea making contact with Odi on his initiation, which is right for him to do. We've already seen an example of that here today. And Chelsea really misses outside zone 2. So it's a big mistake for Chelsea in outside zone 2, but I'm wondering with Odi making that correction and then right here getting lost, and then the wheels, see the front wheels kind of straightening, and it almost looks like it was hobbling a little bit. I think that may be too much to overcome.
Ryan, on the initiation, watch, like you said, that quick little love tap, that throws Odi off, but that might have thrown Chelsea off on the transition to that second outer zone. It pushed him out a little bit longer on outside zone 1. But amazing proximity there from Odi, but right here, awesome, and then boom.
Yeah,
big
something happened
Whoa.
right there, whether it was lost in the smoke or something with the vehicle where it seems unorthodox for Odi Bakchis to have that issue.
Yeah, that seemed uncharacteristic of what we've seen from Odi, but they checked the alignment. But I tend to think that little contact there on initiation by Chelsea, and as you said, we saw that earlier in a more grandiose way. And this, I think, is really what's going to shine here. It's hard to look two places at once, but here we go, the BC Racing side-by-side replay.
Yeah, I mean, Denofa's lead, it's aggressive and great, but he did blow the outside zone 1 and 2, and that doesn't help his camp at all. But, you know, we've seen close to incomplete for this action right there. You see that? It's almost straight for a long period of time, and that may be too much to overcome. And, you know, that's why we would just want to raise that, to put that in everybody's minds about how the judges might be thinking about this.
Well, if we have a winner, we'll bring him right down up front. Ryan, I think you might be right. And man, talk about being right. If Denofa wins this, his strategy, his joie de vivre, his wusa, whatever you want to call it, might have worked out tonight. Or did Odi Bakchis do enough